Hello and welcome to my Yin Yoga session. I'm so happy you're here, and I really look forward to this opportunity to stretch, to feel good, to meditate, and to just have some time to connect with the body, the mind, the spirit. The classes that you'll find are from my weekly live events on Insight Timer. If you'd like to join one of those, you can definitely find the link in the description of this video. All right, let's get to the practice. Just as a reminder, Yin Yoga is all about relaxing your muscles. So when we have these props, it just helps us really sink in. Something my teacher always says is when the bones feel supported, the muscles are more inclined to relax. So that's why we use so many props. So we are going to start out laying down today. Yeah, and remember that we always avoid pain when we're practicing yoga asana, the yoga poses, especially yin yoga. But yin yoga is meant to be sensational. So we want to feel something if we can. And I'll talk about that more as we move along into our practice. So when you're ready, go ahead and just get yourself in a position that feels comfortable to lay down in. You can see that I've put something under my knees. That helps support the lower back. And just get a sense that your shoulder blades are feeling flush against the mat. And just start to feel your body. Notice the weight of your body on the floor. Notice how your arms and your hands are resting. Just feel a letting go in the palms and all 10 fingers. Now become aware of the hips and the buttocks. The legs, the feet, and the sense of all 10 toes. Take a deep breath in and softly release. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In, out. Keep going a few more times. I'm just pausing here for a little bit longer. Noticing the stillness of your body. Now gently start to move the toes and the fingers. Stretch out through your feet and legs. You might even take your arms overhead. Just really intuiting what feels good for you right now. You could pull up your legs and towards your chest. And taking this stillness that we just cultivated into the practice, rolling to your side and pressing upright. We are going to start out in diamond pose. So this is kind of like butterfly, but in Yin Yoga, we keep the feet farther away. So instead of feeling it in the inner thighs, we're gonna try to feel it more on the outside. It's usually very helpful to sit up on something. So this is just a folded blanket. Maybe you have a firm pillow. And what this does is, once you sit up, see how I'm moving away and you can't see the blanket anymore? I'm pretty much off of that little blanket. And that tilts my pelvis forward, and that is the direction that I want to go. So just leaning forward. And just notice what you feel. And ways you could use props in this one. If you're feeling, now that you've been here in the moment, if you want to support your knees, you can do that. If you have a pillow or a bolster, you can lean into it. Just really create the perfect way for you with whatever you have. And we want to be feeling this in the outer edges of the legs, maybe a little bit in the lower back as well. And if you're comfortable doing so, go ahead and close your eyes and drop inward. Just noticing your breath in your body in this position. Remember Yin Yoga as compared to Yang styles of yoga. It's all about surrender and softening. So we get to practice letting go of efforting. We learn to embody surrender. If you're newer to the practice, most teachers usually leave some quieter times for a few minutes here and there. So let's just do that now. Keep your awareness inward, centered on your body sensations. And your breath. Just checking in with your body. We're going to stay for 1 more minute. Maybe you want to release a little deeper. Or maybe the opposite. Yin Yoga asks us to move very slowly as we exit the shapes. And this little chime is your signal that we're going to come out. And once you're up, go ahead and just lean back into your hands. And feel your lower back release. Feel your hips release. You can straighten out your legs, and let's just pause here. We've held stress on these tissues, beneficial stress. And when we come out, we want to move slowly, mindfully, and maybe even take a bit of stillness right after we release. But then usually the body's craving a little movement, so you might try some windshield wipers. Wonderful. Next up, we're going to come into 90-90. So you're going to take your right leg in front, and then your left leg comes in back. Here, I'm going to give you a side view just to make sure you can see what I'm doing here. Okay. So it looks something like this. If you were on a yoga mat, your shin would be parallel to the top of the mat. And the back leg is pretty flexible. You could move it in or back out a little bit. Maybe you know half pigeon pose. This one is very similar, but I find it much more user-friendly. It's easier on the knees, especially with these long holds. Now, that's not to say I don't do half pigeon pose, or if you're really craving that, please be my guest, do it. This is your practice. And then we lean forward to get the sensation. So with Yin Yoga, we're always looking to find our edge. So the edge, what does that really mean? It means when we go into the prescribed shape that we're looking for a sensation in a target area. And this one happens to be in the right thigh and glutes and hip. Maybe you can feel that. Yeah? I hope so. If you can't, make sure you adjust. It's also normal to be feeling something in the back hip as well. But things like pinching or burning, we want to avoid. Those are in the category of pain. Now, if you do have some props, get yourself a little more comfortable because we're going to stay 4 more minutes here. Something like that. Or if you have your bolster or a pillow. You get the idea. Again, close your eyes if they aren't already. And just scan your whole body. Discover exactly what you're feeling. Think of softening with every exhale. And your breath is always where you can come back to. It's easy for the mind to get distracted, especially if we're newer to the practice or newer to cultivating meditation. The mind, all those thoughts can be pretty tenacious. So your best bet is to come back to your breath. You can even say inhale, exhale. And this just changes your focus. This pivots you to the present moment. And this is one of the benefits, I think, that doesn't get talked about enough in Yin Yoga. That it's a really beautiful training ground to help us stay grounded in the moment outside of our practices here on Insight Timer. Remember, it's always okay to come out before I signal. And of course, it's always okay to adjust in order to maybe go a little deeper or come out a little bit. Listen to your body. Another benefit of practicing staying in the moment. And let's, as a group, come back to our breath. You might deepen the breath just a little bit as a way of signaling your body, your nervous system that you'll be moving. And just pushing yourself up. Of course, you can always stay longer if you're just luxuriating in some yummy stretching. Then meet us when you want. I'm fairly new to teaching online. This is only my 6th class, I think, online. Now I've been teaching Yin Yoga for, about 12 years, I think, maybe more, and yoga about 21 years now. So I'm really, really enjoying this space with you all. Thank you for being here. All right, so set up with the other leg. And before we do anything, let's just pause. I'm noticing a big difference on this side. So maybe you are too. Let's just pause and feel. Go ahead and sink in a little bit deeper to your pose. Remember, you can use your supports to your advantage. That will help you relax more. And this way, more of this lovely stress, healthy stress, we're putting on our tissues gets a chance to really create some benefit. What are the benefits? Well, we're mostly working with our connective tissues here. That's why I want you to try to keep your muscles relaxed and supported. When we move around a lot, the muscles kind of take up this healthy stress we're putting on the tissues. So when we're still, we can get a little deeper, so to speak. Not to say that the fascia is always deeper. It might be it's on the same level. It infiltrates every muscle spindle, every group of muscles. Your tendons, your ligaments, it's what hold you all together, your fascia. And then you have superficial fascia that's right under your skin. And that tends to get tight, or I like to think of it, every night our bodies grow cobwebs. And so we need to move our bodies. Motion is lotion. As we age, our bodies naturally get drier. We don't produce as much hyaluronic acid or collagen, the building block to hyaluronic acid. And when we put stresses like this on our tissues, it helps instigate that cellular action. But also we find benefit through a decrease in cortisol levels and an increase in the feel-good chemicals or hormones in our bodies. Just pausing and breathing and being in stillness is the great soother. So let's do that for a couple minutes. I'll be quiet now. Just reminding you to breathe. Your time to come up and just pausing for 1 or 2 breaths. And then welcoming movement. In Yin, we call this the rebound phase. Can consist of counter poses, could consist of just stillness in another position. It could even mean a mini shavasana, just resting on your back, taking a few breaths. It's a really important part of the practice. It helps your body just kind of recalibrate after the holds. Let's go ahead and do Sphinx pose. Maybe you know this one. You can lay down on your front side. So in the case you didn't have any props, it just looks like this. But it can also be done lower. Let's say your back felt too pinchy if you're higher up. For some people, it does just feel better to do this. If you have a bolster, my favorite way is to get up on it like this. And we're looking for sensation in the lower back here. So you want to feel a little bit of a squeeze. Sorry, that probably was really loud. Something that is, something that is very normal is to kind of clench the buttocks or legs. And if that's happening, see if you can relax. And if you can't, that means you're just elevated a little too much. We want to be in a place, again, where we can relax the muscles. You can do whatever you want with your shoulders, your head. You don't have to feel obligated to hold yourself up in that way. This one's all about the lower back. Relax your jaw. You can also bend your knees if you want. I like to think of this one, you know how things like hair dryers or food processors, they have like the little pulse function. So this adds a little extra oomph to my sensation. I'm not clenching, but I don't know if I can stay this way for another like 30 seconds or a minute. So I just stay up a little bit and then you can push it back down. You can do the same thing with your arms and this is called seal pose. If you just want to add a little bit of juice, you can stay however long you want, as long as you feel like you can do it in a really relaxed way. It's the name of the game here. Let's take a moment to focus on the breath, the diaphragmatic breath. So take attention down to below the navel. And see if you can notice when you breathe in, you feel your belly pushing into the floor. Just keep focusing on the breath, letting that draw you inward. We're gonna come out soon, and what I'd like to do is just have us come lay on our bellies. Okay, just a couple more breaths. And then from here you could do belly down windshield wipers. Or if you're ready to press up to child's pose. Hello, kitty cat. Milo decided he's going to make an appearance today. He wants to show you his butt. We're going to do a child's pose next. Come back, little boy. So if you have a bolster or some kind of a pillow, that can be really nice. There's different ways that this can be done. You can lay with your head turned to one side. Another option is to straddle your pillow or bolster and just come down. Hi, Kathleen. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're on here. All right, so are you getting settled into your child's pose? In yin, arms are free to be how you want them to be. They could be more like a cactus or more straight out. And I always like to remind that it's totally fine to not use a bolster. If you feel like you can get completely relaxed, do that. That's what I love about yin yoga. It's such a personal practice. I'm not going to do this one with you because my mic will get squished. And just double check that your knees are feeling okay. And if they aren't, you might need to lift your hips a little bit more or slide like a rolled blanket underneath between your thighs and your calves. If your ankles are talking to you, like they're not pressed down onto the floor, you can put a folded towel or blanket under them just to support that little arch. Again, you can always ask me in the comments if you need more suggestions. So last pose we noticed the breath at the belly. This time I'd like to encourage you to notice your breath at your lower back. Now let that awareness move into the rib cage. Just feeling your rib cage expand. Just imagining your lungs at work on the inside of your body. And just a subtle sense of the whole backside of your body expanding with each inhale. And then a gentle sense of letting go on each exhale. If you've chosen a head to one side position, go ahead and switch that now. We're going to hold this a couple more minutes. Remember, you can always just come and rest in Shavasana or on your belly if you're done. Now for the next minute, I'll be silent and we're just going to feel and breathe. Are you giving them some instruction? He's reminding you to breathe. And just taking your time to press yourself up and away from the floor. Stretching out your legs. You could even do a downward dog here. Maybe some cat and cows. Again, it's just whatever you intuitively feel would serve you right now. We'll stay about 5 or 6 more breaths. So this next one's called banana, and we're gonna do it over a bolster or a pillow. So the idea is to have your body be like a crescent shape or a banana shape over this support. So if you have the bolster, that's what you should use. If you have a block or a pillow, you'll want that for your head. And then if you have a second block, or if you only have one block, use like a blanket or something as a pillow. So it's like that. You're gonna sit your right hip down, thread your arm through, get your head on that support, and then the arm comes over like this. Then you can decide what you want to do with your legs. So the idea here, we're feeling an edge in the side body. We want to feel a big opening, creating spaciousness here. There's a possibility that this makes your shoulder feel pinchy. You can always keep your arm on your side. You can bring it more out front. Sometimes my fingers fall asleep, so that's my cue to move. And then, like I said, you can do whatever you want with your legs. That one feels good to me tonight. Sometimes I like putting something between my legs too. And just remembering that Yin Yoga it doesn't really matter what you look like. I mean, obviously we want to have like the general shape going on. But everyone will experience it differently because we're all so unique. Big stretch in the side body. If you haven't already, taking some deep breaths can feel really good. You're also getting into the nooks and crannies of the rib cage, and there's so much stabilizing tissue here in the hip, especially between the lowest rib and the top of the pelvis. So just hanging out like this can really support your lower back health. In fact, do take a few really conscious breaths and let your awareness rest on the side of your body. I'm going to stay a little bit longer. Keep reminding yourself to come back to your breath. Just whenever you notice you've drifted away, you're thinking about the past or the future, that's when you remind yourself, take a breath, come back to this present moment. Literally all that is, this moment now. Take it easy as you come up. Between sides, you might like some seated cat and cows. Or maybe some more windshield wipers. And now let's move on to do this on the other side. Took me a minute. I trust that you're in your setup. Just notice what you might need to do different on this side. For me, it means not lifting that arm at all. It felt pinchy right away. So since I can't do the arm, I'm going to try to figure out a way to have it so my legs really start to create this opening here. I'm going to check and see, could I do this? Just notice what you're feeling. Aware of all these new sensations. So not only is yin super beneficial for the physical body, there's also this mental and emotional piece of yin. And I touched on it a little bit, talking about the present moment and bringing yourself back through your breath. But what happens is that we're bringing the parasympathetic nervous system online from the get-go. And this is helping every bodily system function optimally. And of course, the main benefit or the major result that we can really notice is that we become more calm. All the edges seem to soften. And it's here that we create new neural pathways that have us reaching for this kind of thing when we have stress in our lives. Instead of getting another coffee or eating some more chips. That's from experience. And it's just building our resilience. It's just helping us raise our level of peace. Our new set point with practice starts to tip more towards, oh, let me just take a deep breath. Let me realize what's going on here. And I can cope with things in the moment. And let's just have a little silence here. Once you're up, another nice thing can be backstroking. And just taking your time, you do you. What would feel good right now? Next up, we're going to return to laying on the floor. We'll be doing a reclined twist to cap off our practice. So the target area for this one is the whole spine. Super normal to feel a lot in the hips and lower back and shoulders. So really, you can do whatever kind of twist you want. So let me just show you the one I'm gonna do. It's just super basic. I'm taking my knees to my chest and I'm dropping them over. And I'm trying not to land on this lovely little cat. And then I'm gonna open my arm out back to the other side. So you really don't need any props for this one if you don't want. I like having a little something under my head. Don't have anything too big under your head because you don't want to bring your spine up like this. Think of your spine as a spiral staircase. Let's get that timer going. If your body has like a lot of space between your legs, you could put a pillow, a block, a bolster. You could put something in between. If you find that your shoulder is really just floating, I would say put something under your legs, and that will just help your shoulder just relax down a little bit more. Turn your head opposite of your legs. I'm turning my head this way just so I can see and so I don't talk too loud into the microphone. Or you can turn your head like this if you want to. It's really not a big deal. Okay, let's just feel now. Let's see if you can just start to sense with every exhale, the legs getting heavier, the shoulders getting heavier. Notice all the fingers as completely relaxed. If you happen to get tingling in your extended arm or hand, just rest it on the rib cage. Feeling how your breath is as you hold this twist. And it's rolling back to center. I love knees to chest and some rocks on the lower back after a twist. Again, it's always whatever you think feels best. You kind of can't do this wrong. I think the only way you can do yin yoga wrong is if you're just like really trying hard and pushing and efforting, like if you're doing it in a yang way. And then of course, if you're feeling pain and you ignore it. Okay. So here we are on the other side. We're going to hang out for 3 minutes in this twist. Then we're going to take Shavasana. I'll do a little bit of a guided thing and just let you rest for however long you want. Since you can just turn this off and keep resting. And we're all breathing together. Even Milo the cat. He's here breathing. I wish he was closer in case he was purring. Let's see if you can notice if it feels a little different on this side. And could you soften more anywhere else? Is your jaw relaxed? Just being here now. There's nothing to do, just allow. Get a few more breaths here. Releasing your twist now. Give yourself a moment. A happy baby can feel really nice after a twist. Maybe some more of those windshield wipers. And our final pose. I've heard it said that all the other things, all the other poses we do prepare us for this part, Shavasana. So traditionally, Shavasana is practiced just flat on the mat, arms out to the sides, legs apart. That's not always comfortable for everyone, so you can support under your knees. You could lay on your side. You can be inclined on your bolster. Just want to be in such a way that we're comfortable and able to just let go. Closing down your eyes. And return to that very first awareness we cultivated, just the whole body, the back side of the body, the arms, hands, hips, legs, feet, the whole back side of the body. And then there's the soft, steady rhythm of your breath. Let go completely now. Now begin to deepen your breath. Always fine, of course, to keep doing Shavasana. But if you're ready to move on to your next segment, join me in moving around your toes and your fingers. Maybe stretch out the arms overhead, reach through the legs, take a breath in, and then as you exhale, pull your knees into your chest, giving yourself a little hug. And rolling to your side. And this is the perfect opportunity to offer yourself a kind word. You showed up tonight, or whatever time it is for you. And if you'd like to close out the session together, come to a seat. We'll bring our palms together. We'll chant the sound of Om and finish with a Namaste, breathing in. Om. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate you practicing Yin Yoga with me, and I would love to hear from you in the comments. So let me know how this felt. Let me know if there's any poses or body areas you'd like me to focus on in a future video. And of course, if you want to join me live, find that link in the description. And thank you for being here again. I hope that you will subscribe and share this video with someone you think could benefit from yin yoga.